Hello, folks out there. This episode of the podcast is partnered by Audible. Greg, you know what I love about Audible?
What do you love about Audible,
I
John?
don't have to pick up a book anymore and carry it around with me. In fact, I carry it around in my phone, which is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. They literally keep thousands of titles right on your phone, accessible at any time when you're driving, when you're cooking, when you're mowing the lawn, changing a diaper, doesn't matter. It's all right there at your fingertips, John. They've got podcasts, they've got lectures, they've got some like health and wellness and like fitness series on there that if you just are looking for something to fill that gap, like you're not getting into a book right now, it's all there for you, man.
If you're a member, Greg, what's cool about it is you get 3 titles per month. The first one, you can pick whatever you want. Like I've said, I'll probably start hitting up some of those health and wellness books. And then what's awesome is they have 2 Audible exclusives. Exclusives, folks. You can't get it anywhere else.
It's true. That is very true. So if you guys want to get on the Audible train, you can go to audibletrial.com/JATG. That stands for Johnny and the Greg. Hook yourself up with a 30-day free trial. No promises, no nothing. If you don't like it, which I can't imagine you're not going to like it, you can cancel at any time. But the great thing about that is the books you get during your free trial, or if at any time, those books are yours. Like you get to keep them. You can listen to them nonstop, anytime, all the time.
Sounds like a deal to me, man. So if you guys are smart, like I know you guys are, because you already listen to this podcast, sign yourself up, guys. What do you got to lose? It's 30-day free trial, and it's books, it's knowledge. Gotta drink it up.
It is. It is. So one more time, it is audibletrial.com/JATG. Like a Benny and the Jets.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you heard that.
Johnny and the Greg.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody, to Johnny and the Greg. We are on. I usually do a countdown, but I think you guys were blessed enough with the theme song there. It's summertime, Greg. And
it is.
If
And we are in,
go ahead.
I was gonna say we're in an interesting spot today. We had not one, not two, but 3 guests cancel on us this week.
Yes,
So-
yes. You guys were expecting a chef today. Sorry about
Yep.
that. That's not
You're
happening.
expecting Chef Chris. He had a family emergency, so we totally understand that. And
Totally.
our thoughts and prayers go out to Chef Chris and his family.
Yeah.
I had a surprise guest that was all lined up. Farah was set to come on.
Oh, that would have been.
Yeah, we were going to be talking, and she was going to come in, and
That
just
would've been
circumstances did not work out to make that happen. We will have her on though.
Very cool.
And then I reached out again to our buddy Ken, who was on before, because I figured we're talking summer movies. And
Oh, yes. Okay.
yeah, Ken.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do it tonight either. So
Yeah. So, Greg, give it away. We are doing the summer movie preview. This is something that I don't know about you, Greg, but this was what my summer was all about when I was a kid, man. I had a
absolutely.
designated calendar for myself, by myself, in my room that just had the movies that I was looking forward to. I bought the Entertainment Weekly that came out, the summer movie
Oh, the summer movie preview.
Yeah, and it was
that
thick
was
and
huge.
yeah, and you were looking for any new info of the movies that you heard were coming out. It was something that to this day I still get a little giddy about when I see it. So, for those of you that don't know what's coming out, because it's a really weird summer, not as weird as last summer, but
Right.
it
Well, there was
it's-
no summer of movies last summer. Let's be
yeah,
honest. I mean,
it is kind of a weird summer this year because most of these movies are going to be streaming in theaters and streaming theaters
Mhm.
only. So it's going to be kind of like a little scavenger hunt on where to find the movies you want to go check out this
Yep.
year.
definitely.
Do we just want to get into it, Greg?
Maybe. I mean, I
Maybe.
think Yeah, no, we can just jump into it. But I mean, there was a piece of news that actually dropped today that you sent me
Yes.
about AT&T is selling off Warner Brothers or Time
Yeah.
Warner Media, and like they were the ones that made the decision that all Warner Brothers films were going to HBO Max, and then they got, of course, a bunch of pushback from various people, and then
Wait,
and now,
AT&T made that decision?
yeah, the parent company
Yes.
AT&T made the decision of like, look, we want to get stuff out there. We're going to push streaming. So here's
Yeah.
HBO Max. Everything comes out there same day and date
Mhm.
as the movie theater, really screwing over theater owners.
Right.
Um, and now here we are heading into a weird summer of movies, and
Yeah.
they announced today they're like, yeah, we're getting out of the movie business. We're going to stick to cell phones, which is what we're good at. And I don't even know if they're good at them. I don't use them, but
Well, I think a lot of people are going to be happy with that. I think I sent you with something a while ago as to the AT&T Warner Brothers fight that they were like the little civil
yeah,
war they were having,
yeah,
and I think that might be very good for Warner Brothers. Who did they sell it to? Oh, they sold it to
Discovery,
yes, yes,
which is they're selling off Warner Brothers or Time Warner Media, which is Warner
yeah,
Brothers and all the movies and shows.
right.
And then Discovery is also taking the Food Network and HDTV.
GTV, yes,
Do it or HD. Yeah, the
Home
Bill.
and Good TV,
Okay, there's
yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna start seeing as the years progress, this is gonna just start becoming normal. Where
Hmm.
I really I want to see where Sony goes. I have
Yeah.
a feeling Disney's trying to get Sony.
Well, the other fight that happened this week, or the other thing was there used to be a 90-day period from when a movie came out in the theaters to when it could be shown in
Hmm.
like a streaming or like a rental space.
Hmm.
And that was always the case. Like, if there was a movie you wanted to see and you couldn't get to see it, you'd say it's going to be in the video store 3
Right,
months from now.
right.
And that was always the standard. And that's been done away now. They're saying it's a 45-day window.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So
Yeah,
I mean, it's still a window, so I still appreciate it being a window to help theater owners out. But for a
yeah,
movie, like, if you can't make it one weekend because your schedule sucks and then you've got some work travel, well, now you're just 3 weeks out from just streaming it. I mean,
yeah,
some people will be like, I'm just going to wait. I
yeah.
mean, that's in the
It's what
same
I
way that
did
people
with
wait for video. So,
that dragon movie that came out for Disney, the animated one.
Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yes, I'm waiting until June.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
So, and it's just it'll
So,
just be there then. I'll be ready to go. So, all right, man. Let's get into this. Let's
okay.
figure out this.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
going on?
a lot of the articles that I read, I mean, the official summer of movies happened last weekend. Like it
Yeah,
was it
right.
was kicked off.
Which
So
that wasn't always it for me. It wasn't always Memorial Day. That's when you felt like it started.
it used to be, and then it kept getting pushed back and pushed back. And then March became a big month
Yeah, is
from
that because Marvel started doing stuff in February and March and April?
no, the first film that really hit in March, I believe, was 300. Do you remember
Oh,
the movie
yes.
300?
Yeah.
Like that was weird enough. And it was also based on a comic book. I mean,
Mhm.
historically
Yeah.
based on the event, but the visuals and the kind of the fantasy edge of it is from a Frank Miller comic.
Yeah.
And again, a Zack Snyder film.
Hmm.
And he said, I want to release it in March because that's like a dead month. There's
Yeah.
nothing there.
Nothing there.
He's like,
So it's February
yeah.
too.
Well, he's like, and we can dominate. Well,
Yeah.
February, you still got like some of the romance films and stuff like that coming out. But
Yeah.
from March to like late April, early May, it was
Nothing.
like this wasteland.
Yeah.
And so he's like, we can dominate in March.
Right. Yeah.
And then he did. And then other people are like, people will go to the theater in March.
Yeah, right.
And so
Yeah.
other films started to do it. And then even, I believe Endgame was the last week in April.
Yeah,
Premiere.
it was. Yeah.
and you go, okay, well, it keeps getting pushed back. But
Yeah.
for this year, yeah, like last weekend, and
Yeah.
it came out with Spiral, which was a Chris Rock's Saw movie.
Yeah, which is it's just weird because I don't see Chris Rock in there, but I think that was the whole point of him
Yeah.
wanting to
Well,
do this.
and I remember when it got announced, he's a big fan of
Yeah.
the Saw franchise and a big
Yeah.
fan of like those type of thriller / horror films.
Yeah.
I have not seen it yet. Couldn't
Nor
make it
have
to
I.
the theater. I might see it. I got some work travel coming up next week, so if I can find a theater in the area that's playing it, I might sneak out
Yeah.
one night
I
and
might
see
wait till Halloween
it.
that month.
It is like a very Halloween-ish film.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
But I want to see Chris Rock. I mean, he's done some serious roles before, but him playing like a
Hard-nosed detective.
yeah, I really
Yeah.
want to see him do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it. I don't care. I feel like Saw hit its peak with the
Mhm.
first movie. After that, it just there was a fine line there between suspenseful and thriller and like what's going on here, and then the end twist ending, and then it turned into I just feel like torture porn that got real
Yes.
hard to follow along. It was harder to follow along continuity there because it jumped
Mhm.
all over the board with all these sequels, and so I just I've lost interest in it. But I do I'm interested to see what happens with Chris Rock. I just
Yeah.
so other than that, I don't really care. It to me it's the same thing. It's just Chris Rock's in it
Well,
and Samuel
and
L. Jackson, I believe.
maybe
I
I
think
don't
he's
know.
his dad or something like that.
That could be.
Yeah, it's
Now, yes,
Chris Rock.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, the other piece of this is I have never seen a Saw film.
Really?
Yep. Because of that torture porn kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
label it got, I have no interest in seeing that. I'm good with a thriller film,
Yeah.
some horror I can do, but like out and out eviscerations just for the mere fact that they want to give the special effects team the latitude to do that. That's not for me. Like I don't want to.
I would
Now,
highly suggest the first one.
that's what I've heard is that
Yeah.
absolutely I should go back, watch the first one because it is a great film.
Yeah.
And
Very
it's actually
creative.
streaming right now on HBO Max. So
No, yeah, there you go.
that's another one like when you're sitting by yourself in a hotel room, I could probably watch it because no one else in my family will want to see it.
Yeah, it's actually it's a good psychological thriller.
Mhm.
It puts people in these situations where it's like you find yourself asking yourself like, Jesus, if that was me, could I do that? Would I do that? I don't know. But anyway, I don't know if they bring it out in May if that's the smartest thing to do, but
Well,
you know what? This year is really tough because you don't know. You don't know what's going to be allowed. CDC just sent out a release last week that if you have had your shots,
mhm.
you don't need to wear a mask anymore. I haven't seen that practiced here yet. I haven't seen anybody walking around without a mask. But
okay. So what I've seen is half of the people, vaccination or not, will wear a mask because they don't want to spread it, and the people vaccinated or not that don't give a fuck are not going to wear it because they haven't thus far anyway.
right,
Like so, like around by me because I was out and about today. I mean, it was the people that are not going to wear them are just not going to wear them.
right,
You know,
yeah.
I'm in the grocery store and they're just like, whatever. No
Yeah,
one's stopping them. No one's talking to them. No one's.
That's not here. That's everybody's has masks on. Everybody.
Yeah.
Like no one has put it down yet. I think it's because everybody's like, can we do this? No, I don't see anybody else doing it, so I'm not going to do it. I think that's what's happening at where I'm around. So, but I mean, that's encouraging because maybe life will get back to some sort of normalcy.
Mhm.
Maybe. All right. So moving on from that, I wanted to highlight one that I actually saw this weekend. Those Who Wish Me Dead, because I
Oh, you
thought
watched it?
really cool trailer. And
Really?
yeah, I love the trailer.
How was the movie?
The movie didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, but
Okay.
I thought it was good. It wasn't meh. It was good. Um,
I'll be honest, I have no desire to see it.
no, I see. I love that. Like the survivalist takes on bad guys in the wilderness. I'm all about that. I loved Cliffhanger when it first came out, and I've been a
Okay.
sucker for those type of movies. I don't know why. That's just like like the Die Hard in the wilderness. I've always been
Hmm.
big on that.
I
But
never, I guess I didn't get that feel from it. But
yeah,
like when
but
I watched the trailer, I thought,
for those who wish me dead,
hmm,
is that what
yeah,
you're talking about?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, when I saw the trailer, I mean, I thought it was another mom going on a rampage to like save her kid,
Oh no, it's not that at all.
which to me has been done. I mean,
Oh yeah.
and I'm not saying that
Well,
Angelina Jolie would be bad at it, but I'm like, it's been done.
you know, um, I didn't think she was amazing in the movie. There were a couple of things where you're almost going like the ending's not confusing, but you're kind of like you're leaving it there. Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Okay.
you know it's not going to continue anymore. You know it's not good enough to get a sequel. I thought it was good. I'm very happy it was on HBO Max because if I would have gone to the theater, I would have been upset. But
Hmm.
since I'm at
Okay.
my house watching on HBO Max, I was like, oh, that's good. It was good. It was fine.
All
There
right.
were some very tense moments, some very the bad guys play their parts extremely well, so you're looking forward to when they get theirs. Um, the action's good. Um, I don't believe Angelina Jolie can fight anybody, but that's just me. She just always seems so weak to me. She seems
Yeah.
built weird, and
I
I'm sorry, and when I mean people by built weird, is I feel like she's sticking bones with big boobs. That's all I see out of her.
I was never a big fan of hers.
Neither was I.
Like, and I don't mean that from just like an aesthetics point of view.
She's a
Like,
beautiful woman, but
eh,
there's just something that I just there's this term out there I've heard and I don't really understand it. So forgive me if anybody listening to this and understands that I'm not doing it the right way. She's kind of she seems skinny fat to me. Like there's nothing you're skinny, but
uh,
you're not healthy skinny. Something's up with you. Like
like
I don't
eating
know.
disorder skinny. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one. Like I feel like if she were to take off her shirt, you'd see a lot of ribs,
Yeah.
and
I
you'd be
would
like,
I'll probably agree with
oh,
that.
all right.
Which immediately makes you know that that does not ring my bell
No,
at
no,
all. At all. But I always thought I mean, to me, she was always like a cartoon.
really.
Like,
Okay.
yeah. Even when she was like married to Billy Bob Thornton and kind of doing the bad girl thing. And I'm like, you are a product. Like, not, I don't know, just not, she doesn't do it for me. Like, even her films that she's been in that people are saying are really good. And I'm like, eh. I really like the movie Pushing Tin that she was in, but that has nothing to do with her.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Wanted was all right, but I'm basing it off of what that movie was actually supposed to
Right.
be versus what it was. Um, the
I
Laura
like,
Croft ones I never bought. I love the new Laura Croft. I think
oh
she's
yeah,
great.
she's great.
Um,
Wanted, I never got into. Well, no, I take it back. I liked Wanted, but I didn't like it because of her. I mean, it could have
right,
been anybody in that role. I
that's
thought
true.
James McAvoy was great in that film.
Yeah, I think he's great in everything. Actually,
He is.
I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with him. I think he blew my mind with Split.
Yes.
I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
whoa, yeah,
Fantastic.
the depth of that, my God. But anyway, moving on. So that was the woman in the window with Amy Adams. I like Amy Adams, but I have no interest in this.
It looks like Rear Window.
Yeah,
It's a Hitchcock remake or a
yeah,
spin on a Hitchcock film, I
right.
guess.
So it's not going to be the guy you think it is, or I don't,
Well, I don't know. To be honest, I didn't watch the trailer. It's not even like popping up on my Netflix account. Like when I'm through there, they're like, do you want to watch Woman in the, no.
Yeah, you're right. That doesn't pop up on mine either. Yeah. The
So,
next one, I think you and I are very excited for.
oh yes, I am.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am very excited for this one.
Yeah.
It is Army of the Dead. Again, we're bringing up Zack Snyder. He's on fire right now. So, and good for him.
Going
This
back
is
to his zombie roots.
Yeah, that was his first movie. Impressive.
Yeah.
Like his
It's
first
big.
Dawn of the Dead or Day of the
Dawn
Dead?
of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. I thought that was the first zombie movie I ever watched where I was like on the edge of my seat going, "Oh shit, man, these things are
Well,
violent."
he introduced us to fast moving zombies.
Yes, not these.
Sprinting at not the brains moving slow that they eventually
Right.
swarm you.
Yeah.
But sprinting at you in like a rage. And then he kind of kicked off
28 days later.
28 days later, which
Yeah.
they weren't zombies per se, but I mean
Right.
just that fast moving terror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one's really I'm excited for it. It has stars Dave Bautista, and it sounds like to me I've been listening to some videos on YouTube.
Mhm.
They're extending this universe. Like
I believe. Well, the
Safecracker is going to have his own movie.
Oh,
Whoever
really?
the Safecracker is in this movie,
Oh.
he's going to have his own little thing. I think they're going to do a with Dave Bautista, like what he did before this movie, or how that gang all knows each other type thing.
Like
I think he's
kind of thing.
expanding this. Yeah. So, but I look forward to it. It just looks fun, and that's what summer movies are about, man. It's just a bunch of fun, soldiers and zombies. What more do you want?
Well, and a couple of things from this film that I've heard about this film for a long time. Tig Notaro is in it, and she plays the helicopter pilot.
Okay.
Short hair. Has been a stand-up comedian for decades and very funny. And she's always been comedy. Always been comedy.
Yeah.
And then she actually is in Star Trek Discovery, and I like that show, and she's very good in it. I was like, oh, I didn't know she was like a Trek person. And I didn't see her going after that. Because even the films she had done before, it was almost like Thinking Man, independent comedies, or like dark comedies, something like that. Black, those kind of things.
Yeah.
But she got pulled into this because, is it Chris DeLanda, I believe is his name? Had a TV show, did some comedy, but he got in some trouble with the ladies, if you know what I mean.
That guy, not DeLanda.
It's not him? It's just something, isn't it?
No, you're saying it right. I'm sorry. You got it right, but you're not saying his last name right. It's something like D'Angelo, or not D'Angelo, D'Elia or something like that.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm pretty sure.
Like Chris D'Elia, yeah.
You know what? Google's a thing, so we can certainly. Yeah, D'Elia. You're right.
Yeah.
But he played the helicopter pilot, and they said we can't. We're not going to support this guy. So they literally went back and reshot. Things with Tig Notaro is what I hear, or maybe it was like mid-production or something that they had to. But she took over, and they're like, "Really? We're going to use Tig Notaro?" And I guess she just kills it in this role, and I cannot wait to see her in it.
Yeah.
The other thing was Dave Bautista announced within the past week that he's done with Drax after the third Guardians of the Galaxy film. Like
I think the majority of them are.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. Well, not that I hope so, but with Dave Bautista, he's like, I'm walking away from Drax because he's like in his, I think, mid-50s.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, the physicality, he's like, I know I can't keep this up forever. Like things are going to start to sag. It's going to start to look different. But then he referenced like he wants to do some like deeper acting. And I submit that Drax has some of the best acting moments and most emotional moments in the Guardians of the Galaxy films. Like when he's like the Where's Quill. There. I mean, you can actually, he's feeling that. Like, where's his friend?
My only problem with Drax in any of those is that he gets his butt kicked a lot, and I didn't think he would. Right.
Well, he shouldn't. Do you know what the term nerfed means? Like they nerfed him.
Yeah.
What's funny is
I've used that. I used that twice. I used that term twice today, and I had to tell people both that I used that term nerfed. They looked at me. They're like, "What does that mean?"
I got it.
Funny that you said that.
I got to complain video games, but yeah, they nerfed Drax the Destroyer hard. I mean, I think at one point he literally like punched a planet and destroyed it. I mean, he's gone toe to toe with the Silver Surfer and I mean, he's
right.
The reason, I mean, him being called the Destroyer makes a whole lot of sense.
Right. Yeah.
And now he's just like a a fighter with some daggers. And you're like,
Right.
"Oh,
That's
geez."
not really his forte. His forte is being funny and
Yeah.
completely like literal.
Right. Right. Yes.
So,
So
but
good
that's
for him.
just interesting. But yeah, anyway,
Want to see
yeah.
more of
So,
him.
yeah.
Next up, eh,
Yeah, I feel the same.
I've got some. I don't know. It's Cruella
Mhm.
coming May 28th.
I think is this like a hipper way of saying The Devil Wears Prada?
Um, well, I don't know. It's Disney one. Like I don't need backstory in every Disney villain.
No, you
Um,
don't. Kind of ruins it
no,
sometimes.
I love Emma Stone. I
Me
think
too.
she's a fantastic actress, and it looks like she's going to kill it in this.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Anybody cares?
but at the same time, like, and specifically Cruella de Vil.
Mhm.
I mean, when we're introduced to her in 101 Dalmatians, she wants to skin the puppies to make a jacket.
Right.
I'm just going to have a hard time empathizing with somebody that I know will eventually want to skin puppies to make a jacket.
101 puppies, by the way.
101. And I
So
am totally
that's
biased. Like,
101 John Wicks. Like, don't
yeah,
no.
I'm completely biased because it's puppies. Like if
Yeah,
it was,
absolutely.
oh, I want to skin 101 beavers, but go ahead, I don't care.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
I
know,
agree with you.
I want to kill cows for leather. That's normal. Don't care. Puppies, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a special ring of hell for people that hurt puppies,
Yeah.
for sure. Probably headed up by John Wick himself. Anyway, yeah, so Cruella, whatever. The next one,
But here's the other thing. All the ladies in my house want to see this film.
I think it speaks to them, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
it must. So I'm like, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll watch it when it's streaming.
Yeah, or you can watch Spiral while they're watching Cruella.
Yeah. Yeah.
There
Maybe
you
that's
go.
what we'll.
Yeah. All right. The next one I think both you and I are interested in. I was shocked they'd even have a sequel to it, but same
Mm.
director. It looks
Mhm.
good. It is A Quiet Place Part 2. So I've seen the trailers. I've seen a couple of trailers now. It still has that nail biting.
Yep.
Oh
This
shit.
And it's the same weekend as Cruella. So this is what I would be watching instead of going with them to see
I agree.
Cruella.
I agree. This is something I'm fun. And good one about this one. The Quiet Place is only in theaters. You can't get on any
Yep.
streaming services. Nothing. John is sending that right to theaters, and that's it.
Yep.
So
Well, and the first movie they made for like 17 million and it made 340. So it is a huge earner. Like it was a runaway hit. No one expected it.
right,
So
because
it's
it
going to
was
be,
kind of original.
hmm
Yeah.
and so I'm going to be interested to see how do they keep that level of originality? How do they continue the story? Are we still going to be interested in a mostly silent film?
Yeah. I think he's going to do a little bit of world building with this,
Mhm.
like both
It-
in when they came and both as to how we move on.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking at it in the same way I originally watched The Purge. Loved the first one.
yes.
The sequel, they're like, we're going to make a sequel. And I'm like, really? Is it just going to be more of the first one or what?
Yeah.
Or how are you going to do this? And I love the second one. So
Yeah.
it's going to be good.
Yeah. Okay. Next one coming. I believe this is Friday, June 4th. So those are all the May movies. Okay. Now we're heading into June.
Okay.
So now it's The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which I'm a fan of The Conjuring, but not all these other spin-off sequels. Just the
Mhm.
3 Conjuring movies. I think they're good. I love the team of Lorraine and Ed Warren. I love those guys, and I love the fact I've been following their careers they're the original Ghostbusters people.
Mhm.
These are the people that I think every superhero or every fantasy or every magical guy, detective, whatever, goes out and fights bad things. It's pretty much based off of probably these two people. And so what I think is really interesting about this is it's a true case about the first time ever The Devil Made Me Do It was a legal defense that they used
Oh,
in
okay.
an actual court case. So that's why I'm interested to watch it. I'm interested in that little bit of that history. I don't know a lot about it. I don't want to know a lot about it because I want to just go into this fresh.
Sure.
How do you feel about it? That not your thing, right?
Totally not my thing.
Yeah.
Not gonna watch it. I haven't seen any of the Conjuring films. I know what they are. I know who the people are.
Yeah.
I did watch the Netflix series that was based on some of their work, The Haunting of
Blind Manor or something like that.
Well, that was the sequel.
Okay.
Blind Manor was the sequel. Hill House, The Haunting of Hill House.
Okay.
Was the first one, and really enjoyed Haunting of Hill House. Didn't really like Blind Manor that much.
How do you feel overall about watching movies like that?
I usually don't like the hauntings and the possessions and stuff like that. I don't usually.
I will watch vampires fight werewolves, and I will
all day long.
Absolutely. Anytime you bring up possession, I'm kind of out. Yeah. That's too real to me, to be honest. That's too like, so is that torture porn. That's too real. That's too like I get the heebie-jeebies. I remember when we were in college, somebody asked me if I wanted to go to their house and do a little Ouija board for during the Halloween season. I was like, fuck you. I am not going near those things. I don't, not my cup of tea. But for some reason I think the first Conjuring was good. Yeah, the first Conjuring was good. The second one was okay. Hopefully this one will be good. We'll see. I haven't heard of Vivo. That's the next movie. Have you heard of this?
No.
Vivo, Vivo.
I don't even think we're looking at the same page, bro.
Oh, we're not?
No, I'm looking at. Sorry. Look at Time Magazine's list of.
Oh, you sent me. This is from Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, that should probably go there so that we're on the same page.
Yeah. So Vivo is a animated movie.
Oh yeah, that's the new Pixar one, isn't it?
No, I didn't. No, isn't that the one where they're trying to be mermaids, or they're actually mermaids, but they're disguised as humans?
Yeah, that's Pixar film, I believe.
Yeah, but I don't think this is Pixar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It says, it's Sony Animation film about a musical. I don't know what this is. Quincajoro in Cuba, who helps deliver a message to his human partner's old flame. I have no idea.
Okay, anyway, so they're doing Latin American mythology.
It sounds like it. So I have to see a trailer before I give anybody a real like thumbs up or thumbs down with that. What?
I got on the same page. Lin-Manuel Miranda is one of the voices, so that's going to be your pull in. I know you don't give a shit about that, but
is this musical stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, the next movie is also one of his, which I would like to see, but yeah. We've covered this before. John's not a musical man.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
I am a musical man. I liked Wicked when I went to go see it, the Broadway play. I liked what's the other one? I liked The Birdcage. I thought that was good.
The Birdcage isn't a musical.
It's not a musical. Hamilton, I didn't get it, but I get that everybody else loved it. I didn't fucking get it.
But do you like even the classics like West Side Story and
I like West Side Story,
Music Man and
Music Man. I've never seen, so I can't judge on that one.
Okay.
But the West Side. Shit, I've been in 3 Oklahoma plays. I've never seen it. I've been in them.
Really?
I've never seen them.
Who did you play in Oklahoma? I was in Oklahoma too.
I was one of the people in the background. I didn't have any fucking role.
I
just went, Oklahoma.
I was Slim Pickens. I started the fight.
Slim Pickens?
Yep.
That was
you. Then I choreographed.
Always. You're always typecasted as a thug, aren't you?
Seems to be, yeah. Going back
Greg
to
wants
14.
Greg wants to show his tender side out there, people.
Let me cry him. Yeah. I don't know if I can do that, but
Greg would be a good son. Let's sit on the bed and talk about life type of dad.
Actually, we were talking about. I posted on our Twitter page today. What was one celebrity death that hit you pretty hard? And so having the discussions with other people on there, and one of the ones that really got me was John Candy, because Uncle Buck. I mean, Buck did a great job of playing that hard ass, but then being like super emotional in the film as well. So,
Buck Russell.
Buck Russell.
Yeah. I still remember that line. I want to hear those tiny little footsteps now, so I can buy you a mouse and on some sheet metal. That was a good movie. That's a movie I could watch over and over again.
Oh, classic Chinese.
What's his name? Bug? His last name?
Yeah.
Spray?
Bug. Yeah.
All right.
Next up is, like we said, Lin-Manuel Miranda's movie version of one of his first Broadway hits, In the Heights. Directed by the guy who did Crazy Rich Asians. I don't know. I think it looks good. I, to be honest, have not listened to the soundtrack on purpose so that I can, get the story. Because like when you listen to the soundtrack of a musical, you're more or less spoiling the musical for yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
You said you saw Wicked. So like if you listen front to back, the soundtrack to Wicked,
yeah,
you're going to go into that musical going, I kind of got the story.
You know what? I was dating a girl in college. You know her, obviously. She was huge into musicals. She kept playing the soundtrack to Rent.
Yes.
Forever. And so I had it all memorized. And then when I went to go see the play, I hated it.
Do you remember our Rent story that you and I kind of have? I don't know if you remember this or not. I do.
Our Rent story?
Our Rent story. So we were that theater class that you talked me into taking. Do you remember that? So
I don't remember talking to you, but I remember you in a theater class.
Yeah. So you and I took it together because I was short credits because they canceled some of my other classes. And you should come take this 5-credit theater lab with me. And like, you can come in. It'll be fun. I'm like, yeah, okay. So we're in the costume shop because we had to do hours in the costume shop. And we're helping out a senior with her project by just sewing together like squares and triangles of fabric. And like, that's all we're doing. But like we get in like the third round of the Rent soundtrack that's like playing on the radio, like just a CD on repeat.
Okay.
And I ask you, I'm like, what are we listening to? And you're like, don't ask. And I'm like, no, I want to know what we're. It's not bad, and because it's all the theater people are in there.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, I'm going to ask, and I go, hey, what are we listening to? And you could have hit a pin drop after that. And that one, I can't remember his name. I can't remember. He had black, thick glasses, like stylish, thick rimmed glass. Yeah. He gets up, pauses the CD player, and he's like, bitch, what did you say? And I'm like,
I think I actually know who exactly you're talking about. I'm not going to shout him out here. Yeah. But John Faust would know him too.
Yeah, Faust would definitely know who he was. Yes. But that, like, it was him.
I want to say his first name was Dan.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not giving the last name because I may butcher it and I might hit it right on the head. And
we don't need.
Might not be that way anymore.
He was literally just like, you don't know what Rent is. And I'm like, well, I guess I heard of it. I don't really know what it is. You don't know what it is. And they had like an intervention around my sewing table.
Oh, that's right.
They all came.
I remember thinking to myself, "That's why I told you, bro. Shut up."
Yeah, you're like you didn't listen. And for the rest of the time that we were in there, I got the entire plot. What happened? I'm like, well, I guess I don't need to see it now.
Yeah. So yeah, going back to your original point, I do understand how listening to a musical could ruin the experience. So yeah.
So that's why I haven't. That's why I haven't done In the Heights.
Okay.
Yet, but I will. I mean, it looks. I think it's a rags to riches story about people that live in Washington Heights in New York City borough, and it looks good. So I'm going to see it. The next one, I thought was not coming to the theaters, but I'm pretty happy it is. And oh boy, you didn't like the first one? We're talking about the Hitman's Bodyguard sequel.
Yeah. Go ahead, finish the title.
The sequel is the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
I liked the first one. It was fine.
Okay. It was fine.
It was fine. I find I find that when you make Samuel L. Jackson be Samuel L. Jackson, it gets annoying.
Oh,
Like if
okay.
he's playing somebody else and he goes into a moment, like when he was Nick Fury and he went, "Bitch, you went in space." Like that
Yeah,
was fine.
that was good.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when you let him base his character off of
His perceived personality.
yes, which I'm sure that's probably not even his personality, but I find him annoying. Now I love Ryan Reynolds. I think the way he just does everything is fine. I saw the first trailer of this and
Mm-hmm.
I did not like it because it painted Ryan as this little all of a sudden this pussy and he wasn't. He
No,
wasn't.
nope.
He
He's a
was like a
killer.
kick-ass. He was a kick-ass like
He,
professional security guard or
yeah.
professional bodyguard.
Yep.
So he was very good at what he did. He just had really one bad day that ruined his career, but he still had all these skills. That's the
Mhm.
first movie. The second movie, it starts out, he's like in therapy and he's like, no, 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 I don't want to do any of this. I don't want to do any of this.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like
I
he
told you, I
doesn't know
didn't want to do this anymore.
yeah, no, it's like all of a sudden they give him a gun. He's like, no, no, I don't know what to do with this. It's like, you know what to do with this. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? And then what's funny about that is immediately 4 weeks after that trailer, they had a new one and it looked much better.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they got some feedback.
Yeah, and I think the feedback was what I felt about it. But I don't know.
Here's
I think this thing got popular because of DVD rentals and downloads.
well, it was
That's why.
originally no, it was a Netflix film. It was originally a Netflix,
Oh, it was?
film that everybody streamed.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, is this coming in Netflix? Oh no, this is actually they're putting it in theaters. Okay,
Oh,
good for
okay.
you, Netflix. I'm a little worried because and I love Samuel L. Jackson for what it is.
Yeah.
Like you're absolutely right. He's 73 or going to be 73 at the end of this year. And I'm going, is this going to be, are we going to have a Harrison Ford Kingdom of the Crystal Skull situation where it's like, okay, the camera's on Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
And now we've got a guy who's clearly not Samuel Jackson jumping cars and rolling across the floor and things like that. So I'm a little worried that that's going to take me out of the film a lot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know if it's going to be. Look, I think there was a time and a place where I just feel like we're going to get all these puns before an action scene.
Yeah.
Like we're going to get all of these, like, you know, a guy falls out of a building. Hope you enjoy your trip.
Yeah.
And I can't stand those action movies anymore.
I'm a little more worried that, and believe me, I've been a fan of Selma Hayek since I was a teen, for all the reasons you can think a teenage boy would be a fan of Selma Hayek.
Desperado.
Yeah, that was
Yeah. Best one was Dust Till Dawn.
Yep.
And then it got weird.
And then it got weird. and then she got weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, she plays his wife, and like the preview I saw, it was a whole lot of jokes of like her boobs being in Ryan's face, or they get hit with tranquilizers and someone like is planted in her butt. I mean, just kind of like, if it's going to be a lot of that, that's lazy writing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's pandering to an audience that I don't want to be counted with.
100% behind you on that.
Yeah. So I'm going to see it and hope for the best. At the same time, have some reservations like this could be the worst.
Agreed. Next.
Looks like a down week in mid-June.
Yeah. If you guys are looking to plan a party, June 18th, the weekend of that probably is your best shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're gonna have to choose between Peter Rabbit #2, The Runaway. I didn't even see the first Peter Rabbit, but I think it's a kids thing. So
It totally is.
and then the Sparks Brothers.
I just saw a trailer for this. Oftentimes my family will go on Netflix or on YouTube and just watch here's the supercut of all the trailers that dropped. And I saw it's a documentary about a musician brother duo that they have like this super influential rock duo of brothers that no one's ever heard of. but everybody in the music industry wants to work with them. And to the point where I'm like, is this a joke? Is this like Spinal Tap? Are these guys actually for real? And honestly, I am
it's directed by Edgar Wright, who's a pretty good director.
right.
No pun intended there, right?
Right. I mean,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
We'll-
So I mean,
we'll
I
see.
don't know. I'll have to actually. You know what? I shouldn't judge it the way I just judged it before. I haven't even seen a trailer, but what you've just explained what it is to me, I don't care.
I just looked it up because this is from the South by Southwest website. The Sparks is no Spinal Tap. They're real. And Wright's film is fun, affectionate introduction to their music. It's a fun tour through Sparks' evolving discography, which covers glam rock, pop, new wave, disco, and kaleidoscope of other genres.
You lost me at discovery, whatever that word you said.
Discography.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
lost me there.
all their albums. I mean, and will I watch it someday?
I think you will.
But
yeah.
but not on June 18th.
Okay. June 25th. Guess what? I'm not going to watch.
Yeah, me neither.
I hate this shit. I'm the only male. Maybe I'm the second male that this is so stupid. I can't stand these anymore.
We've got
Fast and the Furious 9.
No. We have F9.
Yeah. This time they go into fucking space, people.
I just want to know when they're going to join G.I. Joe, because this has become the G.I. Joe franchise that we wanted. But it's about guys that are chop shop street racers. And now they're government agents.
Yes, exactly. Ursula told me, she goes, "Why don't you love these things? I love these things." And I said, "Honey, the first one was good, but what were they doing? They were stealing equipment from a truck."
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they know how to take down a drug lord, and they know how to take down international terrorists, and now black budget companies are calling them to help them problem solve their issues. And guess what? It all has to do with some sort of freaking car.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've heard the next one. The next one is. Okay. I heard the next one is going to be with Jurassic Park, which just.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I mean, hope not.
Maybe there's dinosaurs in it, but I don't believe it'll be a crossover.
Oh God, I hope not. I hope.
I hear they're trying to do they tried to do a spin-off with Hobbs and Shaw, which actually, when I watched Hobbs and Shaw, I'm like, not a bad. I mean, still some very cartoon action going on. But I watched it on a plane. I watched it on a plane on a flight back, and I go, for a movie for a flight back, okay,
not bad.
Not bad. Entertaining enough. But there was so much flack that those two did that movie as a spin-off that, like, I don't know if the public got mad, and Tyrese Gibson was all over social media, like calling out The Rock for, I got kids to feed too stuff going on.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're probably better off never calling The Rock out.
yeah,
probably just better off. Like if you went after Statham, go ahead, but he's probably afraid of Statham.
I can imagine. So, yeah, it is such a cartoon of a film.
Yeah, thank you. It's like Mask meets G.I. Joe, except the cars don't turn into like a plane. They just happen to jump onto planes.
But you know what? Why not? Why the fuck not? Just
at this point, yes.
Have the gull wings come up, the bumper lifts to have the jet engine.
Yeah.
Put him in a flight suit that comes down from the roof. I mean, have it happen. At this point,
they should. You're absolutely right.
Just have it happen, and then, the '80s kids that grew up with this stuff are going to be happy. The only thing you're going to lose is the millennials, because they don't know what that shit is. But but they're gonna. And when I say millennials, I mean people in their like late 20s and early 30s. They're gonna be like,
right? No, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
like I said, have them join GI Joe, give them code names, and it's like, F12 GI Joe.
I just can't believe
Revenge of
this.
Cobra.
I can't
Okay.
believe this. I just can't believe this thing has lasted 9 movies. Like, it's going to keep going too. It's not going to stop.
It's gonna stop when it no longer makes money, because that's Hollywood. The reason why are there 9 Fast and the Furious films? Because it keeps making money.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The first one was cool. It wasn't amazing. I thought it was cool. Ursula could have died for that movie, but I was like, it's all right. It's good. Okay. I had no idea that this would be the what's keeping Vin Diesel active.
I was student teaching when that film came out, and like, so it's been that long.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're like, "Oh my God, did you watch this film?" I'm like, I don't really agree with street racing. I think it's dangerous. What? You're not going to see it? I'm like, no, I'm not. And I think I caved like 5 years later.
Yeah.
And I went, okay.
Well, it's just now it started getting so stupid. It's like, this girl died. No, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
This guy's brother is gonna take him on because he took out the other guy's brother, and now this guy that supposedly died 3, 4, 5 movies ago, now he's back.
And that's this film series. The sequel was so forced that they had none of the original characters. The only commonality was street racing.
No, they had Brian. That's it.
No, they did not. The Tokyo Drift is the second film.
That was the third one.
Are you sure?
Unfortunately, I'm fucking sure.
Okay. I'm sorry. Then the third movie.
Third movie
had nothing to do except for Vin Diesel making a cameo at the very, very end.
Yes.
And I'm like, and I went, oh, this is the end of the series. Like,
they
couldn't, like, all the actors were done. No, they weren't done. They just kept throwing money at them.
No, my God. My God. All right. So, guys, I know we're probably in the minority that hate these things, but I can't stand these things. I roll my eyes every time I see one.
Mm-hmm.
I think the bad guy now is John Cena.
Yes, and he's playing
Toretto's brother.
See
what I'm saying? It's either a brother or if it's
we didn't know he had a brother in 9 films for a film that's supposed to be all about family. And we don't know he had a brother this entire time.
Exactly.
And it makes sense though, because you can't see John Cena, so that's why we never saw him.
That's true. All right. The next one is Zola that comes out June 30th. I don't know what Zola is. It's based on the notorious Stranger Than Fiction series of viral tweets. I'm already out.
Yeah. Well, I was out when it says Zola follows a Detroit waitress who road trips to Florida with a stripper acquaintance and ends up spending the craziest 2 days of her life. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's
all right. Well, good luck to you.
That's made for Netflix teen crap.
All right. What's next, Greg? We're in July now, folks. We're in July.
Yeah. First Friday of July, we get the next installment of the Purge series. The Forever Purge. You don't like the Purge series?
I like the Purge series. I did not. I saw this trailer and I was like, what? This time the Purge is forever.
Well, okay. No. I'm intrigued by it. I actually really enjoy the Purge series for all the social commentary that they bring into it. And I think they're smart people that are making these films. And so this one is so in the Purge, the last Purge movie, election year, they undid the Purge. It was officially abolished, like the group that said this is ridiculous.
That's the one with Frank Grillo, right?
Yeah, he was in that one.
Protecting the senator.
Yep, he's been in a couple of them.
That was good. I like Frank Grillo.
It was a good movie. I like Frank Grillo a lot, and it was a good film. Yeah. But here we've got a group of people, and I believe they're in Texas along the Mexico border. They're like, nah, y'all, Purge still on. And they just never let it go. And they're like, hey, the Purge is over. We don't do that anymore. They're like, no, every night is Purge night. So it's literally the downfall. Like, this is we're entering post-apocalyptic
World now.
America. Yeah, because it's going to be lawlessness everywhere. So I'm interested to see where they do.
Let me ask you a question. And when I first had this question answered to me, I thought, how stupid. And then I thought about it, and I'm watching everything out there. Do you ever see this becoming ever a reality?
Not to the level that the film has it in.
But something along the lines of like once a year you get to go, I don't know, you get to not kill, but I don't know, you get to go beat up your neighbor. or something.
No, because
I actually love all my neighbors, so that's
well,
not.
I live in a
happening here.
rural area, and the biggest beef that, well, not the biggest beef, probably and I've said this before, the purge in my area would be a bunch of people putting up, wood sheds without a permit. Like, how many barn raisins can we have in a day to screw the government over permit buying? I mean, it's going to be stuff like that. It's not going to be murder.
No, I don't think it would be. It can't be. But there are so many people out there that are just angry.
Yeah.
And it's not going away, I don't think. So I'm
Right.
just curious about that. That's all. Anyway. All right. Don't mean to get too deep. We're talking about summer movies here.
Yeah, really. Come on, Jeff.
Yeah.
Well, the next one, I'm struggling.
Oh, I'm not. I am on board. I'm going to the theater. I'm excited. This is I just saw a small little clip that just made me even more excited to see this movie. We're talking about Black Widow.
How much more can they show you of this film?
I didn't see this before.
Oh.
You know what? Marvel's really good about their trailers. They don't give you everything and they don't show you everything. And they're really good about it. But this one, I don't know I've been waiting for this one for a long time because I really
we've all been waiting for it for
Scarlett
a long time.
Johansson's. I've really enjoyed her character. So when I found out they were actually doing this and I saw a preview, I was like, oh, I'm definitely on board for this. This is great. Then 2020 hit and that was it. And now it's been like delayed, pushed back. This one's doing both theater and streaming at the same time. So that's very interesting to me because I didn't think Disney was going to go that route.
Well, they said they weren't going to, and they decided to, bend over the theater owners a little bit more on this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's because of the delays, and the only reason for them to delay it is because they want a bigger money grab. I mean, there's no fan service here at all. And I mean,
what do you mean by that? Go back to that. What do you mean there's no fan service?
They don't give a shit about the fans in this one.
So?
No, I mean, I think they did at one point, but then I was like, oh, we're not going to make $1 billion. Oh, what are we going to do? Oh, we're okay. We're only going to make just under $1 billion. Well, no, we still need to delay it.
I think you're being mean.
I think I'm being practical. No, again,
I think you're actually mad. I think you're actually mad for the movie theater people. That's why you're pissed off at this movie.
It very well could be.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean, and this is so typical fanboyish of me. And I'm not spewing hate about the film other than me just not being all that excited about it anymore.
Right.
I'm not like trying to steer people off it or anything. I'm going to go see it. I'm going to take my family. They're going to get 5 tickets out of me. If my family loves it, they're going to get more because we'll go back. So we're going to see it.
Are you going to go back when you have Disney Plus and you can just?
I'll go back because the $30 that I'm going to have to pay for Disney Plus, it's coming on Disney Plus Premier.
Oh, premium? Okay.
Or premium. Yeah, whatever it is. You need to pay extra to see it. It's not just included with subscription. And I would rather give that money to my local theater owner than I would back to Disney, who I'm already paying for their streaming service.
Right.
The real thing I want to see in here is David Arbor as Red Guardian. Yeah. The Soviet version of Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Much more interested in seeing him than I am anybody else.
No, I want to see Taskmaster.
I see. Are they going to do it like he should be done? It kind of looks like they will. You don't think he's going to have the not psychokinetic. The
Oh no, he will. The
photographic,
photographic senses or something like that.
photokinetic. That's what it is. Photokinetic abilities.
I think they're definitely going to do that.
If he watches somebody do a physical feat, he can do it.
Right. I think they're definitely going to do that. I just don't like how they're going to probably tie Taskmaster to Black Widow. I think it's like this. I think because it's been delayed for so long, people have really dug into it, and I think probably even before. I think they're going to in the film, like, you don't know who Taskmaster is, but everybody in the audience absolutely knows who he is, because I think the way they're going to introduce the characters, you're going to be like, oh, it's fucking this guy. Like, there's no other point than for this guy other than be this at the end revealed. Sure. That's how I feel.
So we're agreed then that Taskmaster is obviously Mephisto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. It's Mephisto. Good. It's always Mephisto. Look at the red behind Black Widow. Her hair's red.
You
Mephisto.
Can't not
it's obvious.
See it.
Yes.
Come on.
All right. After we've gotten done with our fun in July 9th, we move on to July 16th, where we get Escape Room 2, because I haven't seen Escape Room 1.
You know what? I wonder if I need to go back and watch Escape Room 1 to really understand the plot to Escape Room 2. Am I going to get it? Am I not going to get it?
You know what this is, right? You know what Escape Room 1 is?
Oh, I totally get it. I'm being sarcastic. I
thought you were.
Yep. Not for me. This is another. See, and this is what's kind of disappointing is that studios have films they could load this summer with.
Yeah, they could. You're right.
Like, there's just tons of stuff out there that we didn't get last year that we should get. But looking at July, which is supposed to be like primetime movie, like I'm going to be. Because when you talked about the calendar, there was a time when I would set up my movie calendar and I'm like, well, shit, I can't see 3 movies in one weekend.
Right.
This is not going to be an issue this summer.
No, it's not. It's not at all. In fact, the next one's
not going to see
Roadrunner, a film about Anthony Bourdain. Now, I'm a fan of Anthony Bourdain, but I'm not going to go see this movie.
I'm not going to see it. Honestly, and no fault to documentary filmmakers. I'm not going to go to the theater
to watch a documentary.
I'm not going to do it from my own home.
I agree.
And the next one, I can't believe they made either. Space Jam.
I can't stand this idea. Anybody that actually even watched the trailer and thought to yourself, now, okay, the first one, it wasn't that good. It just happened to be Michael Jordan. That's why. The first one sucked. It wasn't a good movie.
The best thing about the first Space Jam
soundtrack.
Is Bill Murray.
Yes, you're right. Bill Murray. And the soundtrack. The soundtrack was good. I liked all the songs.
I believe I can fly. Yeah. That's where we get that one. But now we can't listen to that because naughty
he likes to pee on people.
Underage people.
Yes. Or have them pee on him. Whatever. Anyway, this one was Space Jam. There's no peeing on people in it, I don't think. And I don't care about LeBron with cartoons.
We are not the target market. This is
That's true. I am 40 years old.
This is a kids movie and basketball fans movie. Like super basketball fans movie.
Yeah.
And we are neither.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
Not for us.
You're right. So moving on then. We're in July 23rd. This one, I don't know how to feel about this one, but I will always it's called Old. Old is M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's latest film, and it doesn't seem like it's an interesting plot, but he's such a risk taker that I always just want to go see what he's going to do. I mean, sometimes he he hits a home run, and other times he doesn't even come near to hitting that ball.
Right. Well, he swings for the fence. I mean, that's he's the Babe Ruth of filmmakers.
There you go.
He's either going to knock it out of the park or he's going to strike out hard.
Absolutely. Period. So we don't know what's going to happen there. I can tell you that the premise is that it's a family, follows a family on vacation who discovers a secluded beach where they are rapidly growing old. That sounds boring to me, but at the same time, I'm going to see it. I just want to see what he's going to twist it.
I'm going to roll the dice and go see it, especially because my theater that I go to is so awesome. And yeah, I'm not going to break the bank, going to see it. It's probably
That's
just going to
true.
be maybe me and Krista, but like my kids, they don't care. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be like a big night out. It'll just be us, having a little date night maybe.
Yeah.
The next one, I'm not even sure about either. I mean, they finally released, I honestly,
Kind of a trailer.
but I had heard that this movie was being made. I didn't know they actually made it yet.
Neither did I. I was shocked when I heard a trailer was coming out yesterday. I was like, what?
Yeah. So
I think
we're
I sent it to you.
talking about Snake Eyes. Yeah. And I didn't even watch it yet because I'm like, huh.
Yeah. I used to be a huge fan of Snake Eyes.
Sure.
When I was a kid. Maybe it's because I'm 40. I would think they're targeting us, Greg, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, they're going for the nostalgia feel. It looks like it's all good people in the film. I don't know. I mean,
I'm not watching. I'll watch it when it comes out on whatever streaming service. I just know me. Unless you were to say, "Hey, Johnny, got nothing to do this weekend. Why don't you come up? We'll go see Snake Eyes at that theater."
Yeah.
I'll probably do
it. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, right. That's.
So I'm looking at the director. I'm like, well, what else has this guy done that I would maybe know? And I'm not seeing a lot. But I get down to the bottom, and he did a movie called. Well, he did 2 movies that I've heard of. Red, which was the retiree assassins coming out of retirement.
I like that one. I actually really like that one.
The first movie I liked. The second one I thought was okay.
Me too. But
a movie that I get shit for liking, he did R.I.P.D. with.
I love that movie.
I get I tell people I like that movie, and they're like, really?
No. I thought that movie didn't get its just due. I thought that movie was great.
It was fun. It was again.
That's more.
It wasn't a fun film.
It was fun that I will always watch.
They didn't. Obviously, they wanted to do more, but it didn't make that kind of money.
I'm a little excited now for Snake Eyes. He's done 2 movies that I've enjoyed.
Yeah,
and isn't that the point, right?
Well, his big movie that he did was The Captain. Wait, isn't that the Tom Hanks? Oh no, it's not. Never mind.
No, that's not Captain.
Wrong film. Yeah. But I don't know. Again, will I see it? Sure.
Right.
I mean,
but you're not circling the date. You're not going. Oh,
no, like
this, when it's here.
Here's what would happen if I said I'm gonna go see Snake Eyes tonight at an 8:00 show, and if my buddy Dan calls me and says,
"Who's coming with me?"
No. If he calls me and says, "Hey, we're gonna have a bonfire in my house, and we're thinking have some drinks, sit around the bonfire, talk shit, crank music," I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go to the bonfire."
Right.
I'm not gonna.
Sorry, Dan. Got to see Snake Eyes.
Yeah, that's not how that conversation's going.
Right.
So the other thing that comes out, the other kids movie of the summer, which has lost me, is the next Hotel Transylvania film.
Yeah, they're right up there with
Transformania.
Yeah, they're right up there with Fast Furious 408.
Yep.
It's right up there.
Which is weird because it says starring Adam Sandler, and then in the write-up it says Adam Sandler won't be returning as the voice of Dracula in this one.
I just noticed that.
Okay. I don't know what that's about.
So he's starring
it.
But
yeah,
he's not in it.
He's in it, but he's not. I'm sure it's just still his production company that put it together, and it'll be more monster puns and things like that. But I wasn't even a real big fan of the first one. So
right. The next one here, July 30th. The first one, I'm going to name all 3 of them, and then we'll talk about all 3 of them.
Yep.
The Green Knight, Jungle Cruise, and Stillwater. The Green Knight, I watched this, and I thought it was a joke.
Oh, really?
When I watched this trailer, I thought, what the hell? No, that doesn't look like it. And I without a doubt, I probably stereotyped the hell out of the star. I said, that's not a hero. Who is?
I like that Patel.
Yeah, no, I don't. I have no
You're right.
interest.
Seeing him as a knight might be a stretch.
Yeah,
But
I have no interest in this
but we
movie.
didn't want to see Michael Keaton as Batman, and we got Batman. So
Absolutely, yeah.
I think he's a good actor, and I could see himself committing. I mean, he's because it's a period piece. I mean, we're talking about 14th century. Well, no, we're not even 14th century. The poem was from the 14th century. This is set probably around 800 AD. So, like, he's playing a Knight of the Round Table.
Right.
That's the Green Knight. He's playing Sir Gawain, and it's an interesting story. I think they're going to take a whole lot of liberties to make it a full film. But it's A24, which they've done some interesting stuff.
They have. Yeah, they have.
So I'm interested in seeing it.
Yeah, I'm not. But anyway, Jungle Cruise.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? Anything with Dwayne The Rock John. Look, I like The Rock. I really do. I think he's the only star I know that can do probably 3 or 4 bombs in a row, and people will still go and check out his stuff.
This is Disney printing money.
This is Disney trying to do Pirates of the Caribbean all over again.
Sure it is. But
Yeah. But with an Indiana Jones twist, maybe.
Maybe.
I watched it and I just thought, you know what it is, Greg? I really want to like this movie, but something's telling me you're not going to like this movie. I love the cast. I love the way the bad guy looked.
Uh-huh.
It screamed a lot of Davy Jones to me, but more of a cursed guy out in the jungles of the Amazon.
Right.
It screams like it could be a lot of fun, but I don't know. Something's just telling me that no.
Again, the bottom line, which is the only thing Disney cares about. Are you going to see it in the theater? Or not even in the theater. Are you going to pay to see it?
I actually probably will.
Exactly. So
I'll
that's
probably
the end of the story.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you like it or not, Disney doesn't give a shit whether you like their movie. Are you going to pay to see The Rock as a boat captain?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm going to see Emily Blunt. I got a crush on her.
Emily Blunt's fantastic. I mean, The Rock he's The Rock. I mean, it's what he does.
Right.
Those two together, if they're going to try to manufacture some chemistry there, I don't know about that. They're both great actors. Well, no,
okay.
Emily Blunt's a great actor.
Well, I think I was going to say, hang on a second. I don't think The Rock is a good actor.
The Rock is a movie star.
Yes, he's a movie star. Thank you. You're right. That's who it is. And I'm trying to think. The only person I thought The Rock has ever had chemistry, and I could be 1,000% wrong, was Sean William Scott in The Rundown.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That's the only time I felt like, wow, these two are great with each other.
Yeah.
I can't, like Kevin Hart, no.
Yeah, I didn't feel it there. Their Twitter feed, or like them going back and forth on social media,
that's fun.
Had more chemistry than the film they actually made.
The 2 films. I think they were in 2 films.
Central Intelligence, and what was the other one?
I don't know. Oh, the Jumanji ones.
Oh, yes, you're right. My bad. Jumanji.
Yeah, that's it.
And again, the first Jumanji, okay.
Yeah.
Decent reboot. The second one, terrible.
Was it?
God awful.
I didn't even see it, so okay.
Oh, I took a Christmas evening and went with my family. And it was terrible.
All right, the next one is still. This is just. I didn't think this would take off the way it took off, but this actually seems very interesting to me.
It's taken.
Is it though?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it's taken. This guy doesn't have a particular set of skills. I think he's just this dad that doesn't give up on trying to get his daughter out of jail.
We'll see. I'm not gonna.
This is every parent's nightmare when their kids tell them, "Hey, I'm going to go to Mexico to party for the week."
Yeah.
Or I'm going to go overseas for 2 weeks with my friend. This is what every parent worries about.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's going to strike a chord with people. And that's all.
I had way too much fun with the.
Yeah, you did. You really
picture.
Did. You really did.
I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. All right, we're moving on to August, which this one I don't know how to look at this one either. This one we're talking about is The Suicide Squad. This one's directed by James Gunn. It's a soft reboot of the famously panned 2016 DC movie. I think I'm the only guy that finds Margot Robbie annoying as Harley Quinn. I think I am. And that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, well, I see where. Okay, I tolerated her in the first Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
The sequel-ish that they made, which was supposed to be her solo film, and then they turned it into Birds of Prey.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a while because I'm watching that film, and
I shut that off in 15 minutes.
Well, and that's why 15 minutes in, I almost did because I'm like, I don't understand why the director would make these choices. Like, what is he doing? And then I realized that this was all going on in Harley's head. Like, a lot of that stuff, I mean, was just her interpretation of everything.
Oh.
And so I'm like, okay, well, she's batshit crazy. So let's see how this goes. For me, that film played out. And I love Ewan McGregor. I think he was totally underused in that film. Like the climax of the film, where you're like, "Oh, this is it." I remember watching it, going, well, "This is just another action scene that doesn't really make me feel anything." Oh, credits are rolling. Okay, well, shit. I guess movie's over.
Yeah. But look, James Gunn. I think he's going to do well with this. I look at these characters and I don't know what to think of them. Because I'm not that. It seems like he got some. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. The Condiment King isn't in this. Because he pulled some people that you're like, who's this? Is this a real bad guy? And
he went into DC's cast of characters and went, I want that guy, and Warner Brothers went, okay, sure, like, whatever.
Yeah. So I'm going to go there because James Gunn's directing it. I hear John Cena did a terrific job as his character, and so much so that they're making that like kind of an HBO Max spinoff with his character.
Well, the magic here is James Gunn. I mean, that's what you need to realize. I mean, as good as I'm sure the actors are going to perform, you know, the Warner Brothers film, the DC film universe is dead. I mean, it's tits up. I mean, just not gonna go anywhere. And this is kind of it. Like, we're gonna get Suicide Squad, and then they're moving on to other things. And I go, you know what? So I think James Gunn was like, "What the fuck are they gonna do? Fire me?" I mean, and he just he just kind of went, "I'm gonna do it." Yeah. So I'm interested to see when you have
with it.
Everybody involved in this film, they're like, we got shit to lose, so let's just do it. And I'm like, all right, well, that will be worth my admission.
Yeah, my price. I agree. Moving on to August 13th. This is probably something right up Greg's alley. To me, I'm not that really one. No, this is something I'm not going to the theater to watch at all. It's Free Guy. This trailer came out like last spring.
Oh, this is another delayed film.
Yeah. It seems. Greg, go ahead.
Well, Ryan Reynolds plays an NPC in a video game who somehow becomes sentient. He becomes self-aware. He's like, I'm in a video game. So it's got this weird kind of Wreck-It Ralph, like him interacting with his other video game people. And some of these video game people are like, yeah, I come out of the same coffee shop every day and get hit by a bus. That's just what life is. And so he starts to question, what if there's more? What if we can do some stuff? And so, and it's from a massive multiplayer online game. So like almost like a Call of Duty online or something like that. So he starts to change the game. Like, he starts to have an effect on the programming of the game. And so there's the question of AI and what does that mean? And then there's just the crazy, Deadpool like stunts that they're going to do in the game. I'm going to watch it. It looks fun, and that I will suspend every expectation and belief in physics and go watch this film.
Yeah, I'm a Ryan Reynolds fan, so I'll just go watch it to watch him. But that's about it. So, all right. As well, on that day opens up Respect, which sounds like it's the Aretha Franklin biopic.
Yep. On the other end of the film goer spectrum, we have the biopic of Aretha Franklin. I really want to see how they do this, but I don't want to see it because I'm not a Jennifer Hudson fan.
Okay.
She is such a diva and a half.
You know what? When I first heard when they came out with the movie Ray, and I heard all this stuff about Jamie Foxx and all this shit, and the effort and the time he put into doing this, I thought, all right, I'll watch it, and I loved the movie. I thought Ray was a really good movie. So I'm looking at that like this. So I'll just see. I don't care one way or another about Jennifer Hudson, but
is it a theater? You gonna go to the theater?
No, I will not go to the. I won't even. I mean, this is a streaming thing to me.
Yeah, me too. I won't go to the theaters to see it. But did you hear Jamie Foxx is getting buffed and thick because he's going to be Tyson. He's going to play Iron Mike Tyson.
Oh, he'd do good at that.
And a biopic. So he's working out like a madman to got to get that look.
All right, the next one I haven't heard of. I don't know if you.
Me neither. Nope.
It's called The Night House. Or on August 20th, The Night House comes out. A psychological thriller follows a recent widow, Rebecca Hall, who now alone in the house he built for her begins to. It's a
haunted house-ish, maybe.
Yeah, or is it haunted and he's really in the walls, or it's just something like that. So I'm not really.
We end our summer, and they are considering the last weekend of August to be the summer. We have the reboot of Candyman.
I didn't like Candyman.
I didn't like Candyman either.
I thought it was dumb. I think it never needed to be redone, but it is being done. It's not. I thought it was directed by Peele, but no,
No, I think he maybe was involved in it somehow. Like maybe he's a producer. But
I even saw the previews of this, and I don't care.
I remember
keep me going.
I remember watching Candyman in '92 and being scared. But not for the right reasons. Like the horror didn't get it.
Right.
And I remember because we watched it, my brother had a girl over, and it was still like one of those, you can stay down here and watch a movie with us kind of things. But I remember they had it up so fucking loud.
Oh, did they?
And it's horror movie sound effects, so it's like high pitched stuff every once in a while, or even just being loud.
Right.
And I remember going like, oh, it's terrifying because it's loud and people are screaming, and that's just that gives you chills anyway.
Right.
But I don't remember the film actually being like something like I never went back to watch it again. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. The only thing I remember from the film is that I think you go into a bathroom by yourself. You shut off the light and you look in the mirror and you say his name 5 times. I never wanted to play that Bloody Mary game. To this day, I will not do that. I just feel like you might be inviting something that you can't control, so don't dick with it. That's just where I'm coming from. Anyway, that's the only thing I remember about that movie.
Yeah, then that's true. That is part of the movie.
Yeah, it's how you conjure them. That's it.
Your fear of that made me go, how would that conjure anything? Like even with the Bloody Mary stuff, people are like, are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? I'm like, yeah, because it's not Beetlejuice. That's not like what it was. I think a big deal.
I really believe a big part of it is if you believe in it. So
there's no.
Yeah, and I can see you walking in there with your armor of God on and just going, whatever, bring it. And I would be like, oh, what if it happens? What if it fucking happens? And so I'm that kid. I'm that guy that still, I don't do this anymore, but I used to. When I would go up the stairs, I'd always, like at night, you'd shut off the light and you're going up the stairs, and for some reason,
run.
Yeah, I kind of ran because I always felt like, what if there's somebody right behind me that's about to grab me? I always felt like that. But that was usually right after a movie. Like, I think you put it out there. What's the scariest movie you ever seen? Or
Yeah, I
what's the
did
scariest movie
recently.
that changed you or something like that?
Something
The
like
Howling was mine.
that. Okay.
The Howling scared
Sure.
the bejesus out of me. I watched it recently and I thought, oh, this isn't that.
Yeah,
But
that's
oh my God, the idea that a werewolf could change without the full moon? Oh, that freaked me out.
what the hell. Yeah.
Yeah, freaked me out. So, all right, that's it. That was our summer movie preview, guys. I hope there were some in there that you liked. I hope you're not steered by the way we felt about certain movies. That's just us being old man. But
Our opinions are our own.
yeah,
No
yeah.
one
But
Patriots.
hey, if you guys get the chance, go to your theaters, support your local theaters, get out
Mhm.
there. Let's start living life again. Let's start enjoying those things. If you can, do it safely. Um, and that's it, man. You got anything,
Yeah.
Greg?
Well, if you can, if you like what we talk about, hit like, hit subscribe, leave us a comment because that helps drive us through those algorithms and it gets our name out there a little bit more. And I'm real close. I'm real close to getting the shop set up. Looking at like probably going to be like shopjohnnyandthegreg.com. If you're leaving a comment, what kind of products are you looking for? Are you looking for mugs? Are you looking for stickers? We're looking for sweatshirts or hoodies or crew necks, whatever.
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see what we can do to make those things for you that you can buy them from us.
And as always, Greg, you like to leave it with.
Yep. As you're going through your week, just don't be a douche.
I think we'll end it there.
Yeah.
For the Greg, this is Johnny telling everybody thank you for listening. Podcast out. Enjoy your weekend.